Yo, what's up guys? How's it going? I'm back again for Songs of Conquest. Uh, I've played most of the first campaign, but I'll replay it for this since it has been a bit. Um, then I plan to try to do a campaign an episode. Well, like that depends on how long some of these later ones takes me to complete. Um, so I guess we'll just start with the first one. I'll up it to fair. Lost shipments. Cecilia Stoutheart, the new Baroness of the Barony of Stoutheart, was on her way to the quarries of Flint Hills. All shipments of stone from the region had stopped, and she was determined to find out why. She suspected an uprising of bandits and peasants, and had already sent troops to the region to restore order. So, first objective, travel to the Flint Hill quarries. This old milestone shows the way. Dead commander. The dead commander wore Stoutheart colors and the distinctive sign of the Corvus Reserves. Stolen ore was one thing, but an uprising against Stoutheart troops was more serious. Don't do that, but guess I'll take his gold. Gold. The Corvus Reserves. Some wounded soldiers appeared from the forest and snapped to attention. This was Cecilia's Corvus Reserves, and they had recently seen combat. Hail, Baroness, the Corvus Reserves await your command. Lieutenant, you've seen some combat? What is the situation and status of the mines? Our scouts detected hostiles about Milady. The gold mine to the south has been seized by rebels. We also encountered an unexpectedly well-armed force at Flint Hills to the west. We took heavy casualties and were forced to retreat. How well armed? These aren't peasants with tools and knives. They have crossbows and swords, and bannerless knights ride with them. This is no peasant uprising. Someone thinks me weak and seeks to take advantage of my father's death to steal more than a few shipments of ore. We must uphold the laws and show them the error of their ways. Gather the troops, we march for Flint Hills. So this is one of the ways to get new troops, by finding them on the map, and then I'll just be mass moving them. As you can see, we have 3 command slots, but we can upgrade it to get quite a few more. You'll kind of see that. Wielders of Essence. Cecilia was no ordinary commander. She was a wielder and could draw upon the essence of her troops to weave mighty spells. So, if you see in the bottom it says Essence, right above the status, that says Order for the swordsmen, and then the rangers are yellow. Those in combat let me cast different types of spells by collecting them at the end of each turn, which I'll show you when we get to it, which we will soon. Troops. Waterfall. Resting for a while. Nah. Stand down. This mine belongs to the Barony of Stoutheart. It belongs to me. You'll do no such thing. You would be wise to go back to your castle and prepare for a storm. There's one coming, I gather. The only storm gathering here is me. Prepare yourselves. So, going into our first act of combat. So these are our spells. The ones we can cast will usually show up here. We can't cast any right now, so we'll just get to fighting. So these militiamen have crossbows which have a shorter range than bows, which my rangers have, but they hit harder, and they have a melee attack. They're kind of a good mix between melee and ranged. Yeah. So we lost 3 troops, so they lost 25. And we leveled up, which means we can choose Order Magic, gain at the start of each battle round 2 Order Essence. Your troops gain 20 melee resistance. Or a 4th command slot, which I'm going to grab. And then we can claim this gold mine, which we now receive 500 gold per turn, plus whatever else we gather on the map. Old battlefield, source of power. 20 defense, negative 10 offense. Well, as she touched the old tribute to Order, she felt its essence empower her. That power would be needed in the battles ahead. In this game, a big part of it will be exploring and expanding the map, because even though you can go straight for like the final objectives, see on this little mini-map it's marked, it'll be very hard to win those battles without leveling up in the optional fights and gathering more troops. Hundreds of years ago, the Empire of Aurelia spanned the known world. Statues of the Empress can still be found spread across Aurelion, and many folks speak dreamingly of the golden years of Aurelia. A lot of the lore in this game you also just really learn from exploring the area. Barricades and a small force of armed peasants blocked the road west. Armed peasants, you best be gone, young Stoutheart. Flint Hills are free lands now. Free to be attacked by bandits and pillaged by other baronies who will protect the people. You? Why not? As you can see, we are quite well armed. I can see that, but I caution you to think carefully before your next actions. Put down your weapons, answer my questions, and I'll be merciful. Or stand unlawfully against me, and my sword will deliver justice. Now, who armed you? One of good intentions. I've seen Stoutheart mercy before. Mercy when the head of Lord Hammond was sliced off his body. Now turn back. It brings me no pleasure to turn my sword upon my subjects, but unlawful acts will not be tolerated. Stoutheart will stand. There we go. I really should have just kept my archers and everything back, but hindsight's 2020. Wood, stone, 300 gold. Nice. Road sign, Flint Hills, 50. As Cecilia's troops approached Flint Hills, a force of well-armed soldiers wearing no barony's colors came out to meet them. Knights, archers, you're no ordinary bandit force. I've always wanted to kill a wielder. You won't be the first upstart knight I've defeated. Yep, figured. A crowd of peasants led by a village elder came out to greet Cecilia as her force entered Flint Hills. I have defeated the rebels and restored Flint Hills to the protection of Stoutheart, as is my duty. Now who among you will tell me what happened? Those knights and their soldiers appeared recently and armed all the local troublemakers. They seized our quarries and mines and started sending the shipments south towards Barkspur, where their patron waits. And none of you stood against them, none of you sent word to the local warden or to Springhold. No, milady, we were afeared for our lives. We sent a messenger to Hope's Glade to warn them and ask for help, but the messenger never returned. Remember this moment. The next time you are made the offer of independence, I will protect the barony from threats within and without. Join my forces, and together we will restore order to this territory. We'll heed the call to arms of Stoutheart as we did for your father before you. They're able-bodied recruits in the peasant hut. Now we got our own militia. Small band of Cecilia's scouts stood waiting along the roadside. Lady Stoutheart, Corporal Greenwood, we've come from your warden village of Thorncliffe. As per your command, your troops are concealed at the forest edge. Corporal, this is not the forest edge. These troops are camped within the tender wild. You may have disturbed the Fae. The Fae, my lady? Surely the Fae are only a myth, superstition for the country folk. Did my ancestors sign a covenant with mythological creatures? The covenant of leave still stands, and we must make sacrifices or break the peace. Consider what we must forfeit to the forest beings to atone for your error. I await your judgment. My life is yours. Your death would serve no one. If I remember my history, there is an offering tree southwest of here. Try to reason with them. Join up, Corporal. I need all my troops, even the ones who make mistakes. Your loyal servant, Lady Stoutheart. Giant mushroom. Tribute to chaos. Yep, that's my equipment. Fey spirits, flying creatures of the tender wild with bat-like wings, long claws, and sharp teeth, swooped and buzzed before the offering tree. They wore strange masks and screeched at Cecilia and her troops. Humans be gone. We wish to leave an offering for our trespass on the forest. As is stated in the ancient covenant between us, stand aside, O spirits, I would do my duty. No humans, no never. Spirits, do not trifle with me, I am Stoutheart, and by the agreements I seek to make amends, if you continue to impede my passage to the offering tree, I will draw arms and put you out of your misery. You are misery. So be it. I'm not good with archers. There we go. The offering tree was the most unusual tree Cecilia had ever seen. Her friend Vilja of Thorncliff had described them once, but it had not done them justice. The branches were smooth and glossy and seemed to be lit from within. The leaves tinkled with tiny bells in the breeze, and most uncommon, the tree gave off the aroma of warm spiced cider, like her mother would give her when she was small. Fae of the forest, for trespass upon your woods we offer compensation. For these Fae spirits slain, I ask forgiveness. They could not be reasoned with. Let our peace be everlasting. As Cecilia examined the strange arch, she noticed that it was almost warm to the touch and had a slight vibration. She'd studied many strange runes from the times of Aurelia, and never one that seemed so alive. Guarding the road was a large force of mercenaries hailing from the merchants. Turn back, the road is open for shipments from Foothill only. I see you are strangers to these lands, or you would know me as the lawful Baroness Stoutheart. I do not recall a declaration of war from the Baryan city-states. Therefore you are thieves and trespassers. What other crimes shall I add to the list? We've committed no crimes. We are honorable mercenaries here on contract and merely following orders. Avoid contract, as it is not with me. You have my ore, therefore you are thieves. You return it, tell me who hired you, and maybe I'll ransom you back to your employers. We are not afraid to fight you, Stoutheart, but be warned, our contract states that no one wearing Stoutheart colors are to be spared on the field of battle. Of course, if you turn around now, we can avoid this battle. Never, you should be treated as criminals. My sword shall over justice for breaking our laws. Then unfortunately we must battle. I'm gonna head back to the village, see if there's more troops to take. There we go. I feel pretty good about this fight. There we go. Cecil's troops searched the smoking remains of Hope's Glade, looking for survivors. The townsfolk had clearly put up a fight, and for that they had suffered. From the rubble they heard a moan, and they uncovered a gravely injured militiaman. Lady Stoutheart, we held as long as we could. We had to retreat. They were too strong. Who did this? Baryons? Troop of Baryan mercenaries marched on towards Berkspur, but it were knights that attacked us, men of Erlon, setting fire to our homes, taking no surrender. All we could do was flee to the hills north of here. The wounded man tried to speak, then fell limp. His eyes glazed over as the last sliver of strength left his body. His essence is in the wind, but Stoutheart still stands. Come, there are survivors here yet. Let us search the hills before we journey south to Berkspur. It's time to put an end to this. Oh, yeah, it does seem like... As they reached the top of the hill, they found a sturdy tavern and the soot-covered injured and scarred survivors of Hope's Glade. From among them, a minstrel stood and greeted Cecilia. Hail, do my eyes deceive? The Baroness of Stoutheart to grant reprieve. If you mean to avenge these foul knights, then we brave souls would join your fight. And with your aid, Stoutheart will stand, returning peace and order to the land. 30 minstrels. Essence of Anomaly. This gathering of essence strengthens any wielder who approaches it. Nice. Order magic. Glazing across the lake, Cecilia saw the settlement of Berkspur. It was currently occupied by another force of Baryan mercenaries, this one led by a wielder. She readied her soldiers for the final battle to retake this region. Nope, well. I was gonna... Alright. I wanted to try to grab more reinforcements somewhere, but nope. So I just cast a spell and then... Uh-oh. Yep. Falling back. Pushing up. Yeah, well, yep. There we go. That was a hard fight. A beaten Beryan. After the battle, a beaten Commander Breeze is brought before Cecilia. Wielder, we appeal to your honor and beg that we may negotiate a surrender. I am Commander Breeze of the Forts Battalion and a stranger to these parts. I can cede the field and withdraw my forces. You are indeed a stranger, Beryan, or you would know by my colors that I am Baroness Cecilia Stoutheart. Was it your weapons that armed the bandits who caused the uprising at my mines? There was a misunderstanding, Baroness. We were led to believe by our employers that they had a lawful claim on these lands. When we realized our betrayal, we had signed the contract, but by the mercenary code, we could not withdraw our services. Reveal to me your employer and their plans. If I am satisfied with your answers, I will spare you. But every Beryan of your company must leave my lands immediately. It was Lady Hammond that hired us. The Topaz Battalion is sent to recover Ashbourne. We are grateful for your mercy, Lady Stoutheart. May this deal bring good fortune to each party. Information is adequate. I will spare your life and instead send you to the prison in Castle Everkeep. There you may contemplate that honor might be worth more than gold. Corporal, this is your chance to redeem yourself for your error in the Tenderwild. Take 2 squads and transport Captain Amanda Breeze to Everkeep until we can arrange for his ransom. You can depend upon me, Lady Stoutheart. Oh, there we go. With Barkspur restored to start Hout's rule of law, Cecilia gathered her troops once more and set out to pursue the Topaz Battalion and prevent the occupation of Asbourne. For this, she would need the aid of Vilja of Thorncliffe, Warden of Stout Heart and Cecilia's longtime friend.
With grim conviction rose Cecilia of Stout Heart to crush rebellions and push back another upstart. Lady Hammond claimed her settlements, settling, we begin.
A nice little intermission moment there. Into the next one. As Cecilia's forces hurried along the road to Thorncliffe, they could hear the sounds of battle in nearby woods to the south. She urged her troops on. As Cecilia's forces neared the site of the battle, they saw that it was all but over, and the victor, a warden in Stoutheart colors, was Vilya of Thorncliffe. Vilya wiped the blood from her axe and strode over to Cecilia. Cecilia, well met, just dealing with some bandits who were resisting arrest. Sadly, they did not see the benefit of an orderly barony and refused to surrender. Hell, Vilya, my old friend, were they truly bandits? I've been pursuing Baryons and Bannerless Knights loyal to Lady Hammond. She hired mercenaries, and they are headed for Ashbourne. Hammond's old seat, I told you that your father's sentence on the old lord was too harsh. A late tribute should not be cause for execution, and then to banish his heir. It is a deep wound. If we could mend it, we will not mend any wounds by acting weak. My father was well within the law to act as he did, and I will continue to enforce order in the same manner. All I'm saying is that this situation could have been prevented. Come, Vilya, I do not wish to argue. I'm in pursuit of Lady Hammond and came to ask your aid. Are you with me? Of course I am. You know my powers are yours, but something impedes the shipment of celestial ore and ancient amber from her mines to the west. I thought it was these bandits, but they knew nothing. Must be Hammond's mercenaries again. Best to deal with the mines first. We'll need our strength before we face the Baryons. Very well, old friend. I'll finish up here and meet you at Thorncliffe. Recruiting wielders. The village is now available for recruitment, but there is a limit on how many wielders you can command. To be able to recruit her, you will first need to upgrade the settlement of Thorncliffe to Tier 3. It's currently on Tier 2, so that shouldn't be too hard. I need more stone, so I guess I'll build that. Some militia gathered on the road that led to the mines. My lady, these mines have been overrun by beasts from the forest. The Fae are attacking. Fae, have you trespassed on the tender wild, or worse, felled any trees from those woods? Tell me truthfully. No, my lady, we note the old ways here, and we never trespass. A few days ago, Fae spirits swarmed out of the tender wild and attacking all in sight. We fled, and so you find us here. A few days ago, then it was before the militia trespassed near Flint Hills. We will try to reason with these creatures, though we had no success before. If reason should fail, our swords will return order to Thorncliffe. Happy Spirit. I'll leave that bandit camp for now. I'll deal with that later. deal with these Fae and then take this lumber camp, I think. Fierce little Fae spirits swarmed around the lumber camp, screeching and threatening the Stoutheart forces. Traitors, worthless, false-speaking humans. I speak no falsehoods, Fae spirits. Leave these lands now, or I shall see to your death. Storm Aspire will claim lands. Wish return to death. We bring death. Sure. Oh, yep. So for leveling up, I'm just going command until I can't upgrade command anymore, and then I'll start getting other upgrades. Oh, jeez. Cecilia could see that there had once been a path here that led to the gold mines above. Perhaps they could be dislodged from above. No survivors remain. Right. Oh, I should have combined my troops. Stupid. Definitely should have combined my troops before that battle. Definitely took some unnecessary casualties, but, well, whatever. We got the stone mine. Oops. I'm gonna wait here to gather some more troops. That's probably, I'll wait until I can fill up some more troops. Another statue of power. As the Stoutheart forces explored the ravaged area, some scouts reported in from the nearby lookout tower. Baroness Stoutheart, we've just fled the Ember Mines. The Fae have taken control and outnumbered us. The Fae have no need for amber. Why would they leave their woods without provocation? We've heard battle cries of Stormspire. It was terrifying. Stormspire might be their leader. Maybe they can tell us what action has broken the peace. Join us and restore the mines and seek out the Stormspire. There we go. Got a battle with some rats. Dozens of large rats swarmed the area around the statue of Orleans. The land here was infected by some sort of rot. The rats did not flee as Celia approached, but turned aggressively toward the Stoutheart troops, baring their long teeth and flicking their tails in anticipation. Those are some big packs of rats. There we go. Nice and easy, rats are dead. Didn't mean to do that. In the second season of the plague, the Empress Aurelia walked among the sick and dying, and they were healed. Great is her love and mercy. The ancient hamlet of Danesborough, a vibrant hub of scholarship, had been reduced to rubble. The earth itself seemed dead and barren, pitted with trenches. In the middle of the wreckage, walking skeletons with rusted weapons milled about, searching for their next victim. Oh, don't do that. What foul magic did this? The dead recently risen and armed in numbers? How did this happen? Bound by oath, bound to her. Her, who is your master? Bound by oath, bound to conquer. Fine, then be bound to death once more. Have our minstrel just bash this guy's head in with a loot. That was probably the easiest fight of the game. Lost one dude. Death comes to all sooner or later. Signor of Whitecliff developed a method to detect areas where essence occurred in abundance. Later, Aurelia's Council of Wielders would construct the essence spires so wielders could easily connect to these naturally occurring sources. Sure. I'll keep that X. Perfect. Yeah. Yep. Gonna build a grand armory to upgrade my troops. Nah, I'll leave that spot open. A new axe. This one-handed? Both hands. Oh nope, just one. 6. Sure. That's a fair upgrade. Fight some more Fae. That may have been a bit too close. Yep. There we go. If I didn't move my, what are they? Militiamen too close, I wouldn't have lost anybody. But I did. Levitating obelisk. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy. That's good. Extra resistance. I need celestial ore for that. Oopsies. That. Troops up. There we go. Oh, here comes the horned ones. Before the mine stood fey creatures that Cecil had heard of in legends, but never seen. These were the horned ones, with the power and speed of rams and the temperament to match. Their fearlessness in battle was the subject of many songs from the time of Rulia. Who is your leader who dares break the convention and occupy stout heartlands? Gandra Stormspire, the one who dares, breaks no covenant, and has called for your destruction. My destruction? I am Cecilia Stoutheart. Return to this Stormspire with a message. Trespass no further and we can mend the covenant. Challenge me and it will be fey blood on my blade. Little human, the time for speaking has passed. Now raise your paltry shield so we can break them. Stormspire. I really like the fey attacks. The whole design of this game is great. I love it. Horned ones dealt with. Ancient ruins. Oh yeah, I never raised the other wielder I could have. I usually don't, uh, unless I need them to guard somewhere. Nope. Dang it. From above, Cecilia could see the old path was blocked by some boulders. A few strong soldiers dislodged the boulders and cleared the path. Nice. Why can't I upgrade my troops? Let's see what else can I do. There we go. Uh-oh. Bonk. An ancient tower rose above the forest canopy, the land's remnants of a city. From the golden age of the Aurelian Empire. Sometimes old text and forgotten knowledge could be found in these crumbled ruins, but these ruins were infested with outlaws. More thieves to challenge our orderly ways. I've had enough of outlaws. Throw down your weapons and surrender, and you will be shown mercy. What mercy is that? You're as quick to judge as your father, and you'll bleed as quick too. What do you know of my father's death? Nothing, but that old bastard had it coming. You'll bleed for those words. There we go. Pick a fight with some dogs over here. The Hammond banners fluttered and snapped over the border. For many Baryan mercenaries patrol the perimeter. Cecil assessed the Stoutheart forces. Were they strong enough to defeat Barons? Who had the advantage of the fort? I'm gonna defeat these these bandits in this fight, and then I'm gonna head to what is it? Head back to town and get reinforcements. You know, fix up my troops. Alright, now I guess I'll pick a fight with them. Halt, the old borders are established once more. What business do you seek on Hammond lands? Open the gates, Perion. I am Cecil Stoutheart, and whatever Hammond told you, these are my lands by law. They are under my protection. Well, young protector, I, the famous Captain Silkspool, leader of the Topaz Battalion, have fought countless battles. Let me advise you, there is little profit in fighting. Now is the time to negotiate peace, or the blood to come will be on your hands. You Baryons play at war for coin, return to your deserts at once, or I'll show you how the law deals with thieves and brigands. Stoutheart will stand. I'm afraid I can't do that. I am bound by the mercenary code to the contract I signed. I leave you now and hope you see that no more fighting is necessary, but since I suspect a conflict is what you desire, I will leave a battalion here to hold the border. Good day, my lady. Just quickly going through and claiming everything new. I shouldn't have gone back and... whatever. As the triumphant Stoutheart forces approach Ashbourne, a wounded scout hailed them. The settlements of Hazel Point and Windshade send urgent request for aid. Isn't Wielder Paradin there to protect the area? He has just returned from the deep woods with news of a Fey uprising. He believes he won't be able to defend the province alone. Or the local militia, the Blackwing Reserves. They retreated when the settlement of Thistledown was overrun by undead horrors. Powerful Fey wielder Gandra Stormspire roams the territory and the people are afraid. Stormspire again? She must be the one raising the dead. What shall I tell Paradine, my lady? He must hold the territory a little longer. As soon as we've dealt with this Baryan rabble, we shall come to Paradine's aid. So that's our new mission. Cecil Stoutheart, welcome to the ancient seat of Lady Hammond, newly reclaimed by the Topaz Battalion, led by me, Captain Xavier Silkspool. I see you did not heed my advice for a peaceful settlement. Peacefully trespass on Stoutheart lands, raised and plundered our settlements, and seized our towns. Still with no declaration of war from Barya. This is not a Baryan matter, we are merely under contract to restore Lady Hammond's lands to her. If you agree to return them, I'm certain we can negotiate for peace. Without a declaration of war, you are merely thieves and murderers, and we will not negotiate. We give you a chance to return to Barya. Now you'll pay the price of your life when we restore Ashbourne. Uh-oh. There we go. Beaten and humbled, Captain Soakspool is brought before Cecilia. Lady Stoutheart, you have won the day. Shall we begin negotiations? No. No? Cecilia, do we have proof that this Baryon, Captain Soakspool, did trespass, steal from, and murder innocent people of Stoutheart? Yes, Baroness. Stoutheart's many witnesses. And the sentence for these acts? Execution. Execution? I had a contract. It's not me you want, but my employer, Lady Hammond. Sure we can come to an agreement. A deal. The sentence for murder is execution. This is not Baria, so there will be no deals. Welcome to Arleon. Soakspool is taken away, and Cecilia turns to Villia. Cecilia, do you think this sentence wise? The Barians will not like this. Barians should stay in Baria. My people respect that I will uphold the law with no regard for rank or privilege. Perhaps they will prefer diplomacy when they are facing a Barian pike. Your forces are weakened, spread between the unrest of the Tenderwood and the eastern coast, where Lady Hammond will surely make landfall. That's why we need to make haste. I'll head to Paradin in the Tenderwild, and you to Springhold on the east coast. Very well, Cecilia, but something feels off about all this. We have no time for feelings or debate, my friend. The tribute from Loth will have arrived in Springfield. Springhold. We'll use those resources to build our defense. Cecilia, you offered your counsel, but do I have your support? Always, Cecilia. May your essence grow. Now I can upgrade my troops. There we go. Now we'll move out. Passing by an old tavern, laughter and the cheerful tune of Arya's blessing can be heard. The farmers dream of the happy golden days of Arya. I hope that one day we will return to a peaceful time when the only war we know is that of old songs and stories. What was that, my lady? Nothing, soldier. Onwards to the Tenderwild. Oh. From the swamps, a band of frog-like creatures filled the road ahead. These could only be the frogmen from the fetid swamps of Patrium. What were they doing in the Tenderwild? Had the Fae enlisted them along with the skeletons. Greetings, humans. We are seeking the Honorable Captain Silkspool, friend of Rana, noblest of men. Do you know him? Uh-oh. Silkspool, I've just had him killed for as many crimes against my people. Killed, Silkspool's dead. We were here to warn him and to repay our debt, but life returns to the marsh. So we called upon the froglings to help. You should have never left your marsh, little frogling. This is Arlon, and we have had enough of foreigners trespassing on our land. Holy crap! We just got carpet bombed by a bird, I think. There we go. The leader of the frog people took the last of his raiders and fled back to wherever they came from. Now that seemed like a bad idea. I mean, executing the random Varian man or whatever, I get how that probably wouldn't be great for diplomatic relations, but he was on your land, so, you know. He was a mercenary on your land, so whatever. I feel like the frogs are going to be upset about that. Nope, I had no idea what that archway said. Following one of the protected roads to the Tenderwilds, you'll see you march your troops at top speed, hoping they would reach the settlements in the western provinces before they fell to the Fae threat. Having secured Ashbourne and made sure that troops were sent to deal with Lady Hammond, Cecilia now led her force deep into the Tenderwild to deal with the threat of the Fae. After the upcoming tavern segment, like the song, I'm probably gonna, you know, end the video.
She gave Silkspool the warm welcome he desired, defeated him and all the bandits that he hired. But Walking Dead and Fae had now appeared. No time for cheers, just swords and spears.
Alright, yep, so we just finished the second one. Next time join me and we'll do number 3 and 4, hopefully, where we'll go and challenge the Fae and the Undead. And from there, I don't know. If you like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, if you want to know when there's next video shows up. And thanks. Have a nice day.